Hi, welcome to another mystery tour. I'm your host, Chaz. On this tour, we're going to be sightseeing Newton. As I mentioned in the previous video, Newton is made up of 13 villages. We're going to be sightseeing 4 of those villages. I'm going to be showing you Newton Center, Newton Highlands, Newtonville, and Newton Corner. This tour is going to be a combination of history and fun. So come with me now as we sightsee Newton. The first part of our sightseeing tour will be of Newton Center. Notice how center has the British spelling. C-E-N-T-R-E. This is a picture of Samuel Francis Smith, 1808 through 95. He and his family used to live in Newton. He was an American Baptist clergyman and poet, born in Boston. He is remembered as the author of the national hymn, America, written while he was a student at Andover Theological Seminary. Among his other hymns is The Morning Light is Breaking. The home in which Samuel Francis Smith and his family lived in Newton is no longer standing. In 1958, a society was formed to buy and preserve it. Though the home was damaged by a fire in 1968 and 1969, leading to its being torn down, a small monument and growing garden honors his legacy. Smith was inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame in 1970. Here we are at Andover Newton Theological School. Samuel Francis Smith was a student here. Buried in the Newton Cemetery is Samuel Francis Smith, author of My Country 'Tis of Thee. Beneath his name is written, Until the day break and the shadows flee away. I am standing on what was known as Bray's Block or Bray's Hall, named after Mellon Bray. Mellon Bray was a prominent Newton inventor and real estate speculator. In 1893, Mellon Bray built a commercial building, bowling alley, indoor tennis court, and public meeting hall. The Union Building to the right was similarly built as a combination commercial building and meeting hall. It was constructed in 1896. Today, both structures house a variety of shops, offices, and restaurants. The Bradford Court Apartments were developed by Mellon Bray in 1913. They were the first apartment buildings in Newton Center. Union Street was laid out in the late 1880s to provide direct access to the new Newton Center Railroad Station and rapidly became a focus for commercial activity. Today, we no longer have a railroad. There was a trolley stop. The Boston-Albany Railroad service ended on May 31st, 1958, and the Massachusetts Bay Transportation Authority operations, MBTA, began July 4th, 1959. This large flagpole, designed by Newton resident Albert S. Kendall, was dedicated in 1921 as a memorial to those who died in World War I. Let's take a closer look at it. In honor of those who served in World War I. This is a Korean War memorial in Newton Center. It reads, "In our hearts lives the refrain, these men shall not have died in vain." This tablet marks the site of the old powder house and training field of the town of Newton. The common was a focus for the efforts of the Newton Center Improvement Association, which planted trees there in 1880 and constructed the town horse and dog trough, now used as a flower planter at the southwest corner of the common in 1907. Here is a close-up of the trough.
Thank you.